Richard Cory. Whenever Richard Cory went to town, we people on the pavement looked at him. He was a gentleman from soul to crown, clean foot-favored and imperially slim. And he was always quietly arrayed, and he was always human when he talked. But still he fluttered pulses when he said, "Good morning," and he glittered when he walked. And he was rich, yes, richer than a king, and admirably schooled in every grace. In fine, we thought that he was everything, to make us wish that we were in his place. And so on we worked and waited for the light, and went without the meat and cursed the bread. And Richard Cory, one calm summer night, went home and put a bullet through his head. So, a very pleasant, happy poem for 14 of the 16 lines. And then it abruptly takes a pretty dark turn at the end. Those last two lines are jolting. Richard Cory, the subject of the poem, is a rich man. Seems like he's described as a good-looking guy. He's definitely someone who is very well liked by everybody in the community, and yet he kills himself, and no one knows why. The poem leaves the truth about whatever it is that drives him to commit suicide unspoken, unknown, unexplained. But we as readers don't need to know the exact reason for his suicide, and actually that's kind of the point of the poem. No matter how well off a person may seem, no matter how happy we think someone else should be, people cannot be easily understood based on appearances alone, based on the way they present themselves, based on the mask that they wear in public. The speaker of the poem is sort of speaking on behalf of the entire community. He says, "We people on the pavement." He's talking about blue-collar people, just your average, everyday, ordinary people. And he portrays Richard Cory as a man who, on the surface, has it all. Money, good looks, and a connection to others. He talks to people. He makes people's day. He makes people's day. He's not lonely. He is somebody who is outgoing and has a connection with people, or at least that's what it seems. The speaker says that everybody wants to be like Richard Cory. But at the end of the poem, he makes it clear that these people in the community actually have no idea what his life is really like. No explanation. Whatever privilege, power, or success that defines Richard Cory for us, the reader, and for the people in the community, there was something unknown that was stronger than that, stronger than all the things that should have made him happy. It's a very calmly paced poem, very gentle, very pleasant. So those final lines are all the more stunning when we read them. As a reader, we start to expect this very calm, very happy story. Just the same way that the community thinks they know what to expect from Richard Cory. Then he commits suicide at the end with no warning. Everyone thinks they know who he is, but because he wears that mask and hides his true self, the community is actually powerless to help. They're unable to offer him any help before it's too late. So beneath that mask of wealth and success, the silent truth of his unhappiness hides. The mask is hiding that. And now his death means that he wears that mask forever. We will never get to know exactly what kind of man Richard Cory is or was.